Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and I'm hoping this is the last take I have to do. My neighbors, it's so beautiful. All my neighbors are mowing and the dog's going crazy. But I have a very unique product which most folks may have never heard of. Pentel Vistage does a watercolor stick. And this is a product that is manufactured and made, I believe, exclusively for Japan. So the product packaging, even though they have some things in English, the majority of it is in Japanese. So this is a kit of 12 watercolor sticks, and it comes with one fine tipped Pentel water brush. As you can see, mine is super dirty and full of water. We are gonna demo stuff. So I do appreciate the amount of English that is written on here for their international folks. This is the Antique Mix. The colors are all in English. And on the actual package of the sticks, it's all in English. So thank you, Japan, we love you. These come in 5 different mixes. There is a standard mix that looks like primary colors. There's a sweet mix that looks like pastels. There's a cocktail mix that looks like bright secondary colors. There's a midnight mix that looks kind of dark and moody. And then I picked up the last one. This is the antique mix. And this one seemed to be more earthy tones, lots of beautiful browns. So the first thing I did was figure out how to open this container because this packaging is kind of unique. And you can see these are the sticks. And if you're wondering, for context and comparison, here is a Crayola. So Crayola are thicker and Crayola are shorter than these sticks. This is Colors of the World. This is our favorite. It's a 32 pack. You're supposed to be able to create every skin tone in the world using these. We use these for art and history, for our homeschool. Anyway, back to these sticks. For as many answers that I have twice as many questions. So because this is a Japanese product that is exclusively sold in Japan, I believe it's exclusive, there isn't a lot of information, and what I could translate, I did the best I could. So there's a similar product that's called an adult watercolor pastel, and it is the same colors. It looks very similar except they're square. Now this I believe to be the children's line. An artist named Rina Sato did the illustrations on every package. The Antique Mix has a bear, one has a cat, there's a rabbit, there's birds. I don't believe these are light fast. I believe these are a student grade product just for fun, and because of that I would call these a print product, where if I create something I really love, I'll scan it, photograph it, and then have it placed onto a poster or different product. This isn't something that you would use for commissions or gifts because I believe that these would probably fade. I can do a light fast test, but it would take a full calendar year because we don't have all the sunshine here and we're coming up on winter. So these are the watercolor sticks. The first thing I did was create a swatch card. Now, what I did with each stick was, because you're going to see 3 lines. The first line I drew directly on here and did nothing. The second one I did a little tiny stroke and then tried to thin it out and get rid of the stroke line with the watercolor brush. And the third line I took the brush and dipped it on the tip of the watercolor stick and then did that across and then did 2 layers. So the third line, the watercolor stick never actually touched the paper. So this is olive green. Here's the peacock blue. Here's the rose gray, mauve pink, ice blue, dark reddish brown, and I apologize for my atrocious handwriting. Last night I'd done about 4 hours of illustration and my hands just hurt. Here is light terracotta, beige, apple green, light ochre, crimson lake, and yellow gray. So you can see really clearly with crimson lake that when you draw directly on there and try and smooth out the line with a watercolor brush, you're still left with the hard line. And I don't like that. So For the purpose of the art I created, I pulled directly off the stick with the brush, and this is 2 layers. So you can see they're very transparent. And then the second thing I wanted to see is if I mix these colors, would they muddy? So olive green and peacock blue created this really pretty color. Rose, the mauve pink and ice blue created this one, which is a very cool toned pink, or sort of a blue toned periwinkle. The beige and apple green created kind of a puce, and the crimson lake and yellow gray did a very like dusty rose. This color is dedicated to my mama. That's her color. So I took a piece of paper and I did a abstract creation where I tried to do as many layers, and then I splattered, and then I took the watercolor stick and drew directly on there, and then I tried to smear them out with my finger and see if that would create any interesting look. So here is my kind of abstract layer drawing. Now I will say these colors lift very, very easily, and that's fine. They're a student grade watercolor stick, so they're for fun. The second thing I wanted to do is see if I could actually create a little painting. So here is my bridge over water, and I created this with the sticks, and for the teeny tiny details I used colored pencil, and I really like the look of this. This is very soft, it's very kind of earthy. It's a lot of fun. Here is my sample card, and I want to show you how I use these sticks. So this is what I did to create the painting and to keep from having hard lines. And you can do this with any watercolor stick. Just take the brush directly off the tip, and there you go. You don't have to ever touch the stick to the paper, and these thin out very, very easily, and they lift very, very easily. So you have to be very strategic in your layering and your purpose. And this is one I did that dried, and you can see I can still lift it and mix them together. And it lifts all the color off. So you have to be very, very careful. You could also sharpen these, take the shavings, put them in a little pot, break them up a little bit, and mix and make your own colors, and then dip from that little pot. Like if you're doing it from an empty pan, you could break these into little chunks and put them in a pan and stick them in a little travel watercolor set. Take that with you. That would be easy and a lot of fun. Or you could just slide them in your little pencil pouch and travel with it. The names and everything is written in gold, which is really hard to see on some of the darker colors. So here we have mauve pink, and it says 317, and it's in gold. The other thing they did with the packaging is they did these perforated tear lines, so you could rip little layers as you go down and use these sticks. So if you can't get these, so these are sold in arts and craft stores in Japan. I purchased mine off Etsy. Now, shipping from Etsy, it is currently September 8th, 2021 as I record this video. Shipping from Japan is a bit of a trick. You have to make sure you hit a certain price point so they can ship it via DHL. This is my PSA, my public service announcement. During COVID, I will support all creators from everywhere around the world. That's something I've chosen to do. I've talked to my husband about it. We both agreed. Artists need support. We are here to support them in what they do and what they sell. We're not going to stop ordering from a certain place or country because of their COVID numbers. We just take extra precautions at home. When we receive the package, everything sits for 4 days. The people that deliver are masked and gloved up, and it is what it is. We're just not going to stop ordering from someplace when I've seen the US COVID numbers, and I live in the US and ours are terrible, and we're just supporting. We're supporting those who need support. And creators right now are out of work and having a tough time. So that's my public service announcement. I know that right now it's really hard for Japan to ship to the US, but there are ways. The second thing I wanted to talk about really, really quickly before I run out of time is that you can create your own watercolor stick. I have a really old crayon, and some colors are water soluble and break apart. So I have found that red, orange, black, brown, and green break apart. And you can use these for layering. Blue, purple don't work, but you can have your own at home. I hope this helps. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you create something new and interesting with maybe something you have or something you're thinking about purchasing. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.